What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and we are continuing the streak of Apple videos. Today, we're gonna be unboxing and checking out the Apple TV 4K, the newest model with their brand new remote. We've got it inside of here, so let's just pop this thing open. Let's see, here it is. Ooh, comes with an HDMI cable. We need that. I'll take all the HDMI cables. Boom. Let's go, baby. All right, so here is the Apple TV 4K, and this one right here is the 64 gig model. There's a 32 gig model that retails for $179.99, and this one is $199.99. Wait, do they have the 99? Remember I was wrong about that 99 cents, Jay? Yes, yeah. There's no 99. No more 99 cents when it comes to Apple. All right, so we don't really need the HDMI cable over here, but let's crack this thing open. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, well, I'm sure everybody's heard of the Apple TV, but if you're wondering why would I pick up an Apple TV, basically the idea behind it, this is a set-top box, so it has all the services like Netflix, Hulu, of course, Apple TV Plus, so that you can watch all the kind of content that you would want, all in one place. And because this does support 4K as well as 4K HDR, now with higher frame rates, it's supposed to give you a nice viewing experience, as well as access to all the things that you have in your Apple ecosystem, your photos, that kind of stuff. So let's actually pop this thing open. Ooh, the design is pretty much the same, you guys. It's still that really small box. Let's see, in terms of ports, we are looking at, you got your power port here, HDMI slot, which is HDMI 2.1, and you also have your Ethernet port. And whew, this is the bad boy right here. This is what's really new, the remote. Whew. So now this thing looks a little bit like the old remote, the original remote that was metal, kind of is back to that look. Instead of that big trackpad that used to be at the top, Apple has now opted to have this small circle be the trackpad, so you can go ahead and use this for gestures, but you can also use this D-pad to precisely control what you want. Apple has also included a new feature with this remote where it has like a touch-sensitive dial. Kind of reminds me of the original iPods. You remember those? Where you could just go like this and bring the volume up. Some of you might be too young for that. Carl, you remember those?
I remember that. Papa has one, that's why I remember.
That makes sense, that makes sense. And of course, you get a bunch of buttons over here. They got rid of the menu button and now it's just like a back button. And now you have Siri right here on the side, kind of like with the iPhone. You can have Siri just like that. And it of course has a dedicated power button so it can control your TV. One thing that isn't here that used to be is the motion control. So you're not gonna be able to use this as a remote to play games, but this does allow you to pair a Bluetooth controller. So even like an Xbox controller, you can pair it with that if you wanna play games the right way.
So can I be like, hey Siri, open up Crunchyroll? Does they have Crunchyroll?
Yes, it does. This is legit.
Okay.
It's got Crunchyroll. That's all it needs to be legit. Carl, you already know. You of course get some paperwork as well. You also get some stickers over here. I gotta show you guys the stickers. Oh, you get a USB-A to Lightning cable. So you can of course charge the remote. On this side, you get your power cable. Standard Apple unboxing, very simple, clean experience. Now let's go ahead and hook this thing up. It's actually got a pretty interesting setup process that we're gonna run through in a second. All right guys, so we hooked up the Apple TV 4K to our television over here. Okay, so we've got our new remote. I like to have the option between buttons and this touchpad. Oh, yeah, I'll set up with my iPhone. Why not? Like everything else in the Apple ecosystem, you just have your iPhone ready. It does everything for you. All right, so there are a few cool, oh, Carl.
I see it.
What'd I tell you?
I see it.
Now, there's actually a pretty cool feature with the new Apple TV 4K, which is a little bit nerdy, but it's easy enough for like the average person to take advantage of. Now, when we're watching TV, if you don't have your TV calibrated to the right colors, you might not be getting the best viewing experience. You might not have accurate colors. And I know a lot of regular people don't really know how to fine tune the settings in their TV to get the optimal colors. Carl, Do you know how to fine tune the...
What we're talking about for me.
There you go. So if you happen to care about getting the best experience and you don't mind taking a few, minutes to do it, there's actually a really cool feature that the Apple TV 4K lets you do. So you can go into, let's see, color balance, not required. Your TV is using Dolby Vision and its color is accurate. Okay, so we're using Dolby Vision. Now, if you're not using this 4K Dolby Vision, let's just say we go to 4K HDR, right? Color balance. So we can go into color balance, that's the new feature. And what you can do is you can take your iPhone and use your iPhone and the proximity sensors and the camera to go ahead and balance the color. So I'm gonna hit continue on my phone. Color balance complete, okay. And I guess let's view the results. Oh, nice, they can show us side by side. So this is the original and this is balanced. So we got some more saturated colors here, which makes sense. Like a beach, the sand isn't this white usually at a beach. It's more like this. Now that's interesting because this is the LG GX77. It's a high-end TV, and I'm sure a lot of people who invest in a nice TV just kind of expect it to be great out of the box. But as you can see here, Apple's found a way to take the colors that are on the TV and fine tune it to be even better. Now to be clear, it's not fine tuning the TV's colors, it's fine tuning the colors on the Apple TV and what it displays on this source. If you get off your Apple TV and then you start using an Xbox or anything else, it's not gonna be tuned. It's only with the Apple TV. I feel like we need to watch something now. I think it's only right that we throw on something with Apple TV Plus. Did they come out with a new season of C yet? Where's C? You know what, Jay, you're right. Let's ask Siri. Play C on Apple TV Plus. Oh, just jump right into it, okay. Let's make sure we go to the first episode here. All right, so we got C on right now. Fellas, we're gonna judge what we're looking at, okay? Let's play a little bit of it. I mean, it already looks super clean. I do like the flexibility of jumping greater distances with this trackpad in case I don't wanna just use the buttons. So that's actually really nice. Now this looks really good to me, and it feels good to know that the screen right now is calibrated to be the way it's supposed to. Like I said, super nerdy thing, but it didn't take long to calibrate the screen. You know, if you invest in something like this, that you're getting the best quality viewing experience in terms of the colors and whatnot. It's nice to be able to pull this off. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time with it. I'll give you guys my thoughts. So far, I really like this remote though. But all right, you guys, so I've been rocking the Apple TV for a little while now, and I'm pretty familiar with the Apple TV. This is not my first one. And the overall experience is pretty much the same. We do get some nice little spec bumps, but I feel like the biggest change, the things that people will actually notice, is all gonna be in the remote. And I gotta say, I really do like the remote. It feels like a proper remote. The previous versions, they were cool with the touchpad and everything, but I feel a lot more comfortable with this. I will say though, because this has the touchpad, there's a slight bit of a learning curve in terms of just getting used to just the different controls. There are some cool controls I didn't mention during the unboxing, like being able to use the touch-sensitive D-pad to scrub through content. So let's pull up a show really quick. Mythic Quest. Jay, have you seen this one? No. Me neither. Oh, this is supposed to be a comedy? All right, that looks kind of interesting. I might give it a try. The name-dropping things that I know, Grand Theft Auto. Anyway, I'm getting a little off track. So you can scrub through content by pressing the D-pad. It'll bump you up 10 seconds. And then of course you can swipe if you wanna make larger jumps. But you can also, while it's paused, you can go ahead and use the circle pad. Now to enable it, you wanna just keep your finger on it for a second. You'll see the icon pop up on the TV. And then you can see that you can rotate it. And now this allows you to go a bit more quicker than just hitting 10 seconds. And it allows you to be a bit more precise. I do wish though it was available on multiple applications. Right now I think it's just on Apple TV. But yeah, I find that to be kind of cool. It's a comfortable remote to use. And of course you do have the Siri button where you can just go ahead and press it, ask it. What did he say?
Let's not do teats.
Well, counting's on 3.
So you can go ahead and do stuff like that. If you misheard something or somebody started talking, you can go ahead and say, what did he say? It'll jump back, I think 10 or 15 seconds and you get to hear it over again. So Siri will do Siri things. It's just really accessible now thanks to that button over here on the right. And it's like what we're all used to because our iPhones all have that Siri button on the right. So this right here is like an RPG on Apple Arcade. I'm a huge RPG guy, and it actually looks pretty decent. And with a game like this, you're not gonna wanna play with like the Apple TV remote. It's just not the way to do it. You want like a dedicated controller. So if you happen to have an Xbox controller, a PlayStation controller, you'll be in good hands. You'll be able to use this if you wanna take advantage of like those Apple Arcade games. And so far, my experience with like the Apple Arcade titles have been pretty solid. They play smoothly. You guys can see it for yourself. It actually all looks really good. If you have kids that, you don't want to get a dedicated console for, like, listen, it's like the meme. Oh, I want to get an Xbox. Now we got Xbox at home. All jokes aside, if you don't want to invest like in a crazy console, you can always just play it on the Apple TV. You don't need to use a PlayStation or Xbox controller. There are other controller options that we've talked about a ton on the channel before. So I'll have a few linked down below if you guys are interested in it. But I gotta say, overall, guys, the Apple TV is essentially going to be your hub for all of your Apple stuff. You got the music, you got TV, you can do Apple Fitness, anything Apple related, any of their services, you can pretty much take advantage of on the Apple TV. And for those smart home folks, this is Thread enabled, which basically means if you have like maybe multiple Apple TVs and even the HomePod minis, it makes it easier for the devices to speak to each other across the home. So it can provide a better connection for everything if you're trying to use those smart home features. Now, I know some people might say, why do I need an Apple TV if my TV has Netflix, Hulu, all that stuff? Like I said, for those folks who are using Apple products, you're gonna get the best value here. If you're not really deep into the Apple ecosystem, chances are you won't be taking advantage of all the stuff that the Apple TV offers. You could probably just stick with the apps and whatnot you get on your TV. But Apple Fitness, Arcade, all that good stuff, Apple users are gonna definitely enjoy. But you guys let me know what you think of the new Apple TV 4K. Is it something that you're gonna be picking up? Are you gonna be upgrading your old one? Let me know with a comment down below. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace. And if you haven't seen some of the content that we dropped earlier this week with the iMac and the new iPad, I'll have them linked down below as well.